add a teaspoon of stone lime powder. Okay, we do that because all the corns, including this one, they have an enzyme, like a skin, all around the corn, and our system is not able to digest that. So we put the powder to peel it out. After that, we put the corn on this stone. This is what we call metate. Okay, metate stone. It's a volcanic rock, 100% Mexican technology, and we start making tortillas from the 14th century, okay? Hundreds of years. And back in the 1500s, only the ladies was allowed to make tortillas. Only the ladies was allowed to get into the kitchen. Gentlemen, get the heck out of here. Only ladies' job, okay? So they used to adopt this position underneath. Not on the tables, not in that. Underneath. And they start smashing the corn with this stuff. This is what they call la mano del metate. They start smashing like this to make the tortillas. Believe me, it's not an easy job. It's very, very hard. And now, if we say that this is not enough to make a tortilla, not even for one tortilla, the ladies from the old time, they used to make tortillas by the time they turned 13. When they turn 13 years old, they start making tortillas. If they didn't know how to make tortillas, they wasn't allowed to get married. That was the last proof, to make tortillas. And they used to do it like this.
You're going to do enough to make us all tortillas, right? That's a lot of work.
It is. It is very, very hard. Now, we will say that the ladies, they make tortillas, plus the laundry, plus the cleaning, plus the food. It was very, very hard to be a lady back in the old times.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if we said that in Mexico, every single Mexican eat from 5 up to 10 tortillas every single meal, 3 times a day, okay? We eat at least 15 to 30 tortillas a day. 3 generations behind me, the Mexican families, they used to have, the average number of kids from the Mexican families was from 10 up to 15 kids.
You're behind. In the children. you need more.
Yeah. Now imagine, poor ladies, the ladies from the old time, they used to make at least 200 tortillas a day.
Wow.
Like this.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. This is not a tortilla yet. This is not a tortilla yet. This is what we call masa. Okay? Masa. At the time you got masa, you make a little ball with your hands. You have to water a little. Then you start making like this, from one hand to another hand. And guess what? This is not enough for one tortilla. This is not enough for one tortilla. Imagine you making 200 tortillas a day. It was very, very hard for the poor ladies.
Now that corn had already been soaked and everything? Or did you leave the skin on that, or was it it had been soaked already?
You boil the corn,
right,
2 hours,
okay,
80 degrees Celsius. When the water is boiling, you add the powder.
Okay.
Then you leave the corn boiling for another 20 minutes.
And the skin
By the time,
comes up?
No, it starts peeling. Okay? You have to take the corn and wash it to take off the skins.
Okay.
And after that, you make this.
Okay.
This is not a tortilla yet. You have to put this on fire, both sizes. And then you got the tortilla. But that is not the only thing that we make with corn. In Mexico, we use the corn for so many purposes. We make tortillas, we make tostadas, atole, pinole, pozole, burritos, huaraches, so many stuff with this, okay? In the United States and Canada and so many other countries, every time when they, every morning, so many people, they are used to drink coffee, okay? In Mexico, there are so many people who doesn't really drink coffee. They got this, mix it with water, okay? If you mix this with water and you add a little bit of sugar, you obtain a beverage that we call atole. And every big celebration in Mexico, we make pozole. Remember the pozole? Pozole and atole. Both of them made it out of this. Now, all tortillas. Well, today we got white tortillas, yellow tortillas, purple tortillas, red, green, blah blah blah. Okay, but that is today. Back in the old times, all the tortillas used to be only yellow in round shape. That is because the tortillas used to represent the sun. Because this was representing the sun, nobody was allowed to break tortillas. Okay. Today, if you see a Mexican eating, we do it like this. We break the tortillas and we use the tortillas as spoons. Okay, and we eat them. That is today. Back in the old time, nobody was allowed to break the tortillas because it was representing the sun. So if somebody break the tortillas, they were punished. Okay. So something else related to this machine, to this stone, will be the Mexican money. How is that? Yes, let me tell you. In Canada, United States, you make this sign to represent money. And I'm correct? Okay. That is because in the 1700s, the United States used to they use gold as money, right? Okay, gold powder, money in the United States and Canada. In Mexico, we didn't really care about the gold. Not at all, okay? In Mexico, instead of gold, we use chocolate as money. Yeah, in Mexico we make like this to represent money, okay? And this is the size of the cocoa beans, okay? The cocoa tree was so valuable, so we use the seeds as money. All the cocoa trees produce fruits. Those fruits looks like pears, okay? Inside of this fruit, they contain from 20 up to 24 seeds. Now, back in the 1500s, 13 of these coins, 13 of these seeds was enough to buy a slave. That valuable was it, okay? It was very, very valuable. So, in Mexico, we use these seeds to make a beverage as well, and we start calling this beverage chocolate. Okay, why we call it like that? Because let's suppose this is a cocoa bean. I know it's not, but let's suppose. Okay, here we start calling chocolate chocoatl. We call it chocoatl to this beverage because to make chocolate you have to mix this with sugar. But you take the seeds, you roast it. After you roast it, you start heat it with this stone. Okay. Every time when you hit the seed with these two stones, it's gonna sound like this, something like choke, something like that. Choke, 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 choke. And then you obtain some powder, some kind of powder. You mix this powder with water, and then you got the chocoatl, okay? Now, we call it like that because if you remember, in Mexico, well, almost all South America, but Brazil, we speak Spanish. In Brazil, they speak Portuguese, okay? But that is today. Back in the 1500s, the Indians, they didn't speak Spanish. We adopt that language because of the Spanish people who came, okay? But we used to talk another language that we call Nahuatl. Atl means water. We mix the sound of the healing, okay? Choc-atl. That is the real name of the chocolate, choc-atl. But when the Spanish people, they came here, during the chocolate, they didn't really like it because the chocolate, it was spicy. The Indians, they used to mix the chocolate with chili as well. It was spicy. So the Spanish people, what they did, they take out the chili and they put sugar. Okay? They put sugar. So today we got the chocolate sweet because of that. But the Mexicans didn't really like the sweet chocolate, so we keep that tradition, mixing the chocolate with chilies and seeds as well. Okay? If I take one of those guys and kill it, chop it in pieces, and make this stuff, chocolate, chilies, and seeds. I make a sauce and I put this sauce on the top of that guy. What do we have? Mole. The mole is what chef is cooking for us right now. Okay. Now something I remember this about the Mexican money because of this. Look. Today this is just a candy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is chocolate. But back in the 1500s, this was the real money for the Mexicans.
Okay. Good.
If you see two Mexican people talking one each other and one of them do it like this, he's talking about money.
Okay.
As you can see, on one side we got Moctezuma, and on the other side we got the royalty. Two for me. Okay, family. Now that we have some money, let's buy some tequila.